as I fool around with this, waiting to see if anyone is out there. Is anyone out there at all? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you touch me? Can you feel me? Said the who. As I sit here and I wait for my wife. Who's this? Come here, Dusty. I have a cat. No one is here to see it. I'll just show the cat. This is Dusty. My little buddy Dusty. How you doing, girl? Everything okay? I'll sit there and talk to myself until my wife comes back down. Because this is absolutely spontaneous. So we don't know if anyone is out there yet. Just opened it up just for the hell of it. And LPH will be down in a moment as I sit here with little Dusty. Right, sweetie? You being a good girl? Dusty doesn't cause too much mischief down here, so it should be all right. And Uncle is down here too. Him I'm going to keep an eye on because I don't need his big clumsy behind knocking anything down or busting anything because he walks around like he has 9 left feet. Isn't that right, Uncle? Anyway, there's Dusty. And we'll let Dusty go. And I see Alpha Trion is in here. Thanks for joining us today, Alpha Trion, as we do a spontaneous, unplanned live stream here on the Open by Chance, just to see if anyone is out there and talk toys or comics or pop culture or vinyl records or whatever. Oh, Johnny Future's there. He said, just woke up getting ready for a work 12-hour shift. I remember those. A 12-hour shift. That stinks. But, hey, you do what you got to do. LPH will be with us in a few moments. She is upstairs. And I am down here in the toy museum. And it just goes and goes and goes. As you see here. And John says he just popped in to say hello. Well, glad you could stick your head in and say hello to us here this evening. Well, it's evening where we are. It's 7:42 p.m., middle of nowhere, Georgia. And that's Alpha has a question. If I can get it to come up there. Alpha Trion says, what is your favorite toy in your collection? That's hard to say, because there's so many different things that strike your fancy for different reasons, different things you like for different reasons. Some of my favorites are the Shogun series from Mattel, especially the Jumbo Machinders, the deluxe ones. Like, they're right over here, actually. The big ones there, the Jumbo Machinders and the giant-sized Godzillas. And then that Eagle one right there from Mattel. And then, of course, over there is like the advertising icon stuff from Product People and the Pillsbury Doughboy stuff. Those kind of really stand out in my mind. I mean, I love the vintage G.I. Joe 60s, 70s, and 80s. And I love the, it's hard to say because there's so many things that were cultural phenomenons when we were growing up. Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe, although my wife is the one with the big Masters of the Universe collection. But I love the vintage G.I. Joes. Like you see some of the Raw stuff hanging here. And in the background over here, there's some more Raw. And then up there is some Adventure Team stuff. And I have some vintage Star Wars. The Kenner $6 Million Man comes to mind. There's a lot of stuff that I have an affinity for, or that I wish I had more for. So it's hard to just nail down one thing specifically. Johnny says we'll catch the replay. Sorry, can't live watch. That's all right, Johnny. I understand. You got a lot to do. And this is acting wonky. If I can just get this to click. There we go. John says we're in the same time zone. And Alpha Trion says awesome Shogun collection. And it's hard to pick a favorite for me as well. Yeah, I mean, you can't just, especially when you're branched off in as many different directions as we are, to just sit there and say, yeah, just that one item is my favorite. It's tough. It's tough. And John said, I just bought some more records. I bought some Alice Cooper, Def Leppard, Stevie Wonder, and Paul Revere and the Raiders. I remember Paul Revere and the Raiders. They used to dress like pirates.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they did. They dressed like they were on a pirate ship. and you probably saw the video we put up today then, because we found at a local flea market, this guy had a box full of records, and there's some weird, obscure rap titles in there, and he didn't really want anything for them. He just wanted to get rid of them, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, hey, because she was picking through and she already had a stack, and I'm like, well, they're cheap enough. Why don't we see what he wants to do for the whole box? And so he took the whole box, and John says he saw it.
Yay!
He saw that. And amongst other things that we picked up over the weekend, I found a Mego Planet of the Apes figure. He's naked. A soldier ape on his way to hit the showers, I guess. He still has his pants and his boots, but I found that really cheap.
Yeah, at the flea market.
Yeah, at the flea market. I was like, yeah, I'll take him. He's intact. I mean, he doesn't, no cracked joints or anything. He just doesn't have his jacket or his rifle. And then here's something you never see. I just thought this was cool. And it's and this is from the mid-90s. It's not used either. This is unused. It's Chuck.
I'm gonna let the cat out.
Yeah, I'll let the cat out because he's running up and down the stairs. I hear him. This Chuck Norris a Century Kids practice boxing or bag gloves. You see? With the original price tag still on it. It says preferred product, professional training equipment, Century. Way to go, Chuck. And who's that? Uncle being weird?
Yeah,
Uncle's.
If you go up the stairs, then he.
Uncle is under the. I got him. Uncle's under the table. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 20 pounds of cat. No fooling. And he's a big baby. A big baby. See how easy he is to manage? Come here. Come here, you big baby.
I'll put him up.
You want you to take him? All right.
Yeah.
As we carry on here. There you go.
Come on.
Easy. Yeah, he's not violent at all. He's actually really docile. He was real aggressive when he first showed up. He's one of the strays that we've adopted. He was real aggressive when he first turned up in the area, whoever dumped him out here, whatever. But once he settled down, he's been a baby ever since. I still have Dusty down here though, wandering around looking silly. John says always good to have some more Planet of the Apes. Yeah. Well, I used to have the whole Mego set mint on the card. I had the whole carded and boxed series Mego Planet of the Apes, and of course that's part of the collection that was stolen. And this is the first Planet of the Apes figure I've had since that happened, because it's hard to get back into so many of the things that I've lost or missed.
Yeah.
It's gotten so expensive now. When I was buying the carded Planet of the Apes figures, it shows back in the early 90s, like $25, $50 a piece. How much are they now? God help us. Yeah, John thinks that Uncle is cute. He's all right. He's pretty easygoing.
He is. He do doofy things.
Yeah.
And I'm Dusty trying to get out.
And he's clumsy. He is so clumsy. But
yeah.
He's really good with the kittens, because of course we got 4 more that we just acquired. So and 3 of them are kittens, brothers, all 3 males, and all the other cats are mad because they're looking at him like, who the hell are you, and hissing and growling. And not Uncle. Uncle is just like, oh look, some more kittens, and trying to play with them and carry on. He's hilarious. Pop culture in plastic. He says hello from Sydney, Australia.
Hey.
You two are awesomely entertaining. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. And he's got an Astro Boy icon.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, Astro Boy. One of the basically the original. Why are you climbing up the back of the chair? One of the original.
Come here. You want to go back upstairs?
I got her.
Can't give it here.
Dusty, everybody.
Yeah,
there she
annoying
is.
Too.
Oh, she's really easy going too. all the way from Sydney, Australia. And the artist formerly known as Jesse Say What says, "Happy Saturday, watching One Piece live action right now. So far, pretty decent. Really, I was wondering because I hadn't heard that there was one, but it's obvious from the Hot Toys that we showed that they were going in that direction. So it's just hoping that they don't screw it up because it's hard to translate sometimes a comic book or a cartoon to live action, or especially a comic book to live action. Sometimes you're better off doing it as an animated film. So I was wondering if they were going to blow it or they're going to do it right. Like Death Note, I think when they did the live action of Death Note, they kind of blew it. Although I think they did all okay with the live action of Full Metal Alchemist. Although somebody got real mad at me for saying that once, and I was like, no, it had the feel of it. It's not as good as the anime, but it had the feel, you know, and the look of it. I think it worked, but you know, whatever. And Alpha says toys are getting so expensive. I can see myself getting out of the hobby, whether they're vintage or new. It's gotten to the point you really have to pick and choose.
Yeah, I agree with that 100% because it's stuff, you know, you see it and you're like, okay, that's cool. But the price point, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, pick your battles. You know, that's why people ask us sometimes. We go to the comic show or the toy show or whatever. It's like, oh, do you have a list? And it's like, you know, well, you know, you just kind of feel it out because you got so many different things you're interested in. Just keep an eye out for the deal, and you'll find something. But you can't just focus. I'm only going to get Cops figures when I go to the show, and
you won't find one.
Yeah, or they're insanely expensive. You
because when I first started going to shows, that's what I did. I went with the mindset of getting a certain like line, and then they had none of that. And then I would pass up other things waiting, you know, okay, well, let me keep walking around. Maybe I'll find this and this. So now I just go and see what's there.
Yeah.
If it's something I don't have, I get it. If it's something I have, then I just walk on by.
Oh, John says he has to go.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for stopping by.
And Custom Gods here, he says, I didn't watch the cartoon, but I liked the live action One Piece.
Oh, okay.
And Pop Culture, it says, it's insane that some modern figures currently at retail are more expensive than some vintage figures. Crazy.
Yeah.
And that's why we did that series. You know, I've talked about it a few times that we did a series of 3 videos giving examples of vintage figures that are cheaper than modern counterparts. Just to let people know, give them a feel for things. So a lot of people were inspired by that. I know somebody ran out and got Shadow figures because of that. They were telling us, hey, look at this. I found a bunch of, you're right. I was buying them for like $10.
Yeah.
On the card.
Yeah.
You know,
because those 90 figures, some of them haven't jumped off yet.
The kids that grew up in that generation, they're only just starting to get back to it.
Yeah.
So some of those are still pretty reasonable. Alpha says, I'd love to see some new Buck Rogers 1978 Battlestar Galactica figures. I would love to see some new figures of those properties. Well, I know that the Battlestar Galactica license is out there.
I'm surprised Super 7 haven't swiped it up.
Give them a chance because they'll do anything 80s related. Pretty much, or 90s now because they're doing the
Toxic Crusader.
Yeah, they're doing Toxic Crusaders, and they're also doing the Mars Attacks.
Yeah,
and that's a 90s. I mean, it's a 50s property, but the version they're doing is the 90s one. Jack Nicholson played 2 different characters in that movie.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I didn't see Mars Attack.
Yeah,
but Super 7 is pretty good, I think, with their Ultimate figures.
People are getting pissed off at them because they're having some QC problems now.
They are starting
they're making too much stuff.
Yeah, too much, too fast. In the beginning, they were doing like, you know, smaller waves, and they had a big gap in between, so you had time. So you were getting a better product. Now they're getting kind of big, so they always got stuff out almost every week. They're putting out new products. They're putting it out really fast. But you're not getting it fast, but they're putting it out there. Because you know, I get the Ninja Turtles and the Thundercats, and it's still on pre-order. Getting pushed back. So
just make stuff. He says it's annoying that toys are largely made for adults now, and the price shows it. Sad to see so many kids are iPad babies. Yeah, we talked about that when we did the panel at the Joe Fest.
Yeah. You know, it's ironic you said that. We were just watching a movie. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's set in the near future. I think 2048. Everybody has VR headsets. When you die, your insurance, it depending on the type of insurance you have, you automatically get a clone to come back in your place. And then they have this one family. It's still the humans because they haven't died yet to get clones, but their kids are on the headsets.
Yeah.
They're always connected, and if the parents want to talk to them at all, you have to get into whatever reality they're in.
Yeah, and dude's job keeps him out in the real world, and he's freaking out because he sees all of society decaying.
Yeah,
and he's fighting with the wife, and he was like, I don't get to see you. I don't get to see the kids. And she was like, if you want to get to see the kids, he was like, all you have to do is meet them in the realm like I do and check on them. And he was like, meet them in the realm. Room. And it's like they're in the next room, but they don't want to take the things off.
Yeah. So, it's just weird that you that you said that, because that's the path that society is going in, and you see it slowly but surely. It's coming. So.
Yeah, but like I said, that we've talked about it before, and we talked about it on the panel at Chill Fest too. Because the funny thing is that these companies, Hasbro, Mattel, whoever, Mego, now that they've come back, all of them, they're still targeting the same core audience, which is us. They've been selling the same stuff to the same people for 30, 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
They're not looking for anybody new. They may claim they are, or we're trying to be interesting to a younger audience or whatever. It's not really the truth, because that's not where the money's at.
Yeah.
Pop Culture says, I've been buying vintage Robotech. I purchased the whole Sequest line. Oh, that's it should be available for a good price too. And I'm hunting down Waterworld figures as well as Babylon 5. And the Babylon 5 figures, I know they don't go for much. And that was a good show. 1989 Batman is an expensive level.
Yeah, because I have some of those, but I'm not gonna really do much more with that because it is expensive. So
especially when you expand into the Batman animated.
Yeah, and I have a bunch of the animated stuff, and they're still, you can still kind of find those reasonable, but the 89 stuff, they're kind of up there.
Just Jeff is here.
Hey, Just Jeff, how you doing?
And Just Make Stuff wants to know what movie that is. I don't know if I remember the name.
Yeah, I don't remember the name. We were just watching it too.
Yeah, it was on.
And on one of those free apps, I would have to go upstairs and see what it is. But I'll look, I'll go and check it and let you know, because we didn't even finish it. We had stopped to come down here. But the premise, it wasn't even about that. The sun, the sun is toxic and people can't go outside.
You wear a suit.
Yeah, you have to wear like this full-on suit and everything, because your skin will burn. The sun is so toxic. So everyone stays inside, and if you do go outside, you have to go outside at night. But it's a weird movie, but the premise is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then that family is just like torn up because the wife wants a divorce, husband's about to die, and all she cares about is him signing the papers.
Well, they don't know each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend Wiley says, I recently scored a vintage clean King Randor for 25.
Wow.
And finished his full run of Star Marvel Motu comics for a pretty reasonable price.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Just have to be patient and look. Yeah.
You do. And sometimes it just take that. I mean, you can get it done fast, but you're gonna spend a lot of money. Just find deals where you can. Congratulations to you. I don't have that King Randor. I kind of gave up on him because he's so expensive.
Well, all hers are carded though.
Yeah.
There's a couple that she doesn't have, like King Randor and like Scareglow and stuff like that.
Scareglow's out of the question.
Alpha says the companies better hook the younger generation. When we die, they die due to lack of sales. Yeah,
basically.
well,
Yeah.
but they're these younger kids have been trained to not so much use their imagination, so
Yeah.
they'd rather look at things than
Mm-hmm.
interact. Because there's Max.
Hey, Max. Hey, what did you think about?
Oh,
Oh God.
seeing Abdullah. Yeah, for those of you who aren't aware, I had a short up yesterday.
I'm gonna check on that movie for him while you talk about this. I'll be right back.
Because I can tell you what she thinks. But we were at the flea market yesterday again, and we bought the records and stuff like that. And I did a short real quick while I was at the flea market because Abdullah the Butcher was out at the flea market selling his autograph. He had a table, and he had a guy behind him with a megaphone say, "It's Abdullah the Butcher from WCW fame," and he's WWE Hall of Famer and all this other stuff. And I'm like, geez, I know that some of these guys, you got to wonder. I mean, he's at the flea market. I've seen them at like comic shows and toy shows and stuff like that, but I've never seen one at a flea market, and I don't know what to think of that. But she doesn't like seeing a lot of the older wrestlers because it's not how you remember them. A lot of them, they didn't hold up well. And Abdullah the Butcher, for example, is in a wheelchair now. He's not doing. Never mind all of his legal and financial problems that he's had in the last few years because of the lawsuits. Pop Culture says, from memory, the whole Sequest line cost about $200. I purchased 2 to 3 figures at a time, and shipping was pretty reasonable, 9 figures in all. Yeah, that's why I did those videos, and that's what I mean. A lot of that stuff is pretty cheap by comparison, especially the 90s properties before anybody catches on to it, because it's coming. They're slowly starting to creep up. And Just Jeff says, continuing the hunt for some Exo Squad free frames and 2 jump troopers to go. Scored at a garage sale. So
good for you.
Out. Yeah. And those are starting to creep up because Playmates didn't make too many, is from what I understand.
Okay, so the name of the movie, I can't remember who asked. Was that Alpha?
Yeah.
Asked about that. It's called LX.
Just Make Stuff asked.
Oh, Just Make Stuff. Mm-hmm. LX 2048. And it's on Freevee. That app, the Freevee app. Yeah. Mm-hmm. LX 2048 is the name of the movie. And it's on Freevee. Yeah,
well, I was just finishing up about Abdullah.
Oh, God, Butcher. That guy. He was in a wheelchair and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate seeing wrestlers like that because you saw them when they were in their prime.
Yeah.
And then that's what you remember.
And he was not a well-liked guy in the wrestling community, but he's still one of these guys that gave everything until there was nothing left.
Yeah, he got nothing left.
And then it's like, what do you?
And it was so sad because you never see a person at a flea market.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen one of them at the flea market.
Yeah, doing autographs. And he had his booth up, and he was selling pictures. And if you had an item or something, he would sign it. And the pictures was only like $25. But normally those type of people you see at the shows. Yeah. So it was really weird. And, I passed by and I wasn't even paying attention. And I heard the guy on the microphone, but I thought they were just announcing what they were selling, honestly.
And she had seen me like doing a short. And she was like, what are you doing? What were you filming? It's like, that's Abdullah the Butcher sitting over there.
And I'm like, yeah, because we were inside one booth. So I'm thinking he filming something inside that booth. I'm like, what on earth? Because we were in the phone booth. The one that sell all the phone stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking he filming that. I'm like, what is he doing? And then he pointed at the guy, and I'm like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. He's in a wheelchair. He just looks so bad. And I don't even
he looked rough anyway because of those deep cuts in his head.
Oh yeah,
he's got real bad scars on his head.
Yeah, we saw the pictures on the internet of his head, and I don't know, it's pretty bad.
Stone Sour's here.
Hey, Stone Sour, how are you?
And Pop Culture says, I'm thinking of grabbing Playmate Star Trek Next Generations. I like the
You
series.
see that a lot.
But really love the Borg, so I might focus on them. Those figures mint on card are really cheap. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are. We always see them out and about.
Yeah. They are cheaper, again, than the modern ones. Modern Playmate figures of the Star Trek line, because they're redoing them, look almost the same, except the card is smaller. It's a much smaller card, and they're more expensive than buying the vintage ones. It's crazy.
Hey, Chance, how are you?
Nostalgic Pond Lass is here. Glad you could make it. And Stone Sour says super chat option isn't available. Yeah, YouTube suspended my channel.
Yeah,
they said that I'm in some kind of violation of something, but they will not tell me what it is.
Yeah,
and I'm on suspension, and I got to wait 90 days to reapply for monetization. So yeah, they boned me there.
It's been about 90 days, right?
Yeah, suspended from Nostalgic is saying suspended from monetization. I've been suspended for about 2 months now.
Yeah, and they won't tell him why.
They won't tell me why, and then this is where it's weird. They sent me an email reply, because I'm like, what exactly is the problem? How can I fix it? Whatever. And it basically telling me I need to figure it out myself. That they don't have to tell me what the problem is. And according to their own policy, Kaiser Kaiju is here, and that before I reapply, I shouldn't remove any content. And it's like, so if something in the content is bothering you, and I figure out what it is and don't remove it, you'll just suspend me again. Why? It's like you're setting me up for failure. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid, but they do that because they know they're a monopoly.
Yeah.
You can't really go anywhere to get the amount of people that you have, to get the monetization that you have here. So they know they got you stuck.
Yeah, because
so they do anything. Those other
services basically don't work. So it's like, without giving a reason. I don't know what the reason is. And they said in their email, when because I went back and forth with them a few times after I got past the bots to an actual person, that their policy says they don't have to tell you what it is.
And what company does that? What kind of organization does that?
Yeah.
But again, they know they're a monopoly. They know it's really nowhere else you can go to get the amount of exposure. Yeah, some people say go to Rumble, go to
nobody's there.
What's that other one? Patreon and stuff like that. People don't go there and watch no videos. Yeah. So they go on YouTube.
And we just keep doing what we're doing because it's nice to get a little change from the monetization. It ain't much, but it's nice to get a little something.
Yeah,
but
put some gas in the car.
That's not the primary.
Buy a bag of potato chips.
That's not the primary reason we do this. No. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
And Nostalgic says glad the eBay drama worked out, because I put up a follow-up video on that because they finally PayPal found in my favor because the person did not follow eBay's policy.
Yeah, they refused to send him his stuff back, and they don't send a message. I'm not sending you your stuff back.
And I tried several times to contact you. I'm like, when? I didn't get any contacts, and even if you do, because somebody said in the comment section on that video, they were like, well, it could be they were just upset because they thought they were trying to contact you and you didn't respond. Doesn't give them permission to steal the item.
Yeah,
you got the item and the money.
Yeah,
then you've stolen something. Send one back, but they didn't do it. And finally, PayPal said it was going to take 2 months for them to make a decision. So I'll give them that much. They did. They did tell the truth. I read the one from William Randall, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just Pop says, so they suspended you and they're having a sulk about it. That doesn't make sense. Yeah.
And that's how they do.
Nostalgic says, is there a way to reach a human by telephone?
He's talking about Google. Telephone. You can't reach anybody by telephone.
You can hope that it's a person.
It's an AI.
Yeah, you can hope it's a person. Yes. That's about the best that you can do. Let me see if I can. I want to see if I can find something here real quick, and I'll show you. Oh, don't act like that.
All right.
You're so mean to me.
I'm not.
No, she really isn't. She's really a sweetheart, actually. I just wanted to see if I can pull up the thing, because if you want to know, I can show this. Where is it?
I don't even
Here
know
we
what you're
go.
looking
Here we
for.
go. This is what I can throw on there. This is me at PayPal. That's a PayPal donation link. That's my old PayPal donation link. So if anybody really wanted to, there it is. No obligation, because like I said, to take the monetization away, whatever, we'll still do this, because for us it's more about like just sharing with the community and things like that.
So let's see, where did we leave off?
I think we're caught up, because the last question was about finding out, reaching Google by telephone, if they'll even tell you anything, because they already made it clear that
they don't owe you an explanation.
Yeah, I still got the email, but their policy is that they don't have to tell you what it is. That you have to go through their policies and procedures, which is like 150 freaking pages of nonsense, that all open ended, and you don't know what it means. I don't know what I could have done wrong.
No.
So, or maybe somebody just was mad and made some kind of complaint.
I think that's what it is. Somebody reported you. And I mean, it's like, okay, if you don't like a video, just don't watch it. That's what I do.
Because I get people,
don't watch it.
I get hate from time to time,
Yeah, but whatever.
Speaking of which, Pop Culture says, have you both ever come across bitterness in the collecting community? You have what some can't afford, and they give you abuse because, well, the abuse that we typically get, or probably more so myself, is that that I'm wasting my money, and that they get all, oh, you're like an adult child, and they attack you. They attack you on in the comments occasionally. Oh, you look at all that stuff, and you could have had a new car, just whatever. It's like, dude, what do you even care? Why are you watching this video?
I know, it's like people love to spend your money, and it's like nobody asked you for anything. We don't know you. What do you care?
Yeah.
How do you know we need a new car? What gives you that idea?
You want to give me a car? I will take it.
Yeah.
I mean, just drop it off and I'll pick it up from you.
I mean, people like to I think people just want to say something and just be mean and nasty, because you got some people that have a mean, nasty spirit, and that's just how it is. And it doesn't matter what it is. They know, oh, I'm on the computer. All you see is a little avatar or a little letter for my name. You don't know who I am. So I'm going to just say any and everything that I possibly can, because I'm just that type of guy. And that's the type of person you don't want to know, because in your face, they'll laugh and smile and joke, and behind your back, they're just throwing darts. So, it's like, who cares? I mean, so what? We got some stuff, we spend money. You spend money on something that you spend money on. What do I care? If you buy whatever
we can't tell you what to do.
No, we ain't trying to.
William says he'll give us a Hot Wheels car. Some of those are expensive.
Yeah. We'll take it though and put it up and put it with the rest.
Yeah, we have a couple.
Yeah, we got a couple.
We have a couple, not much, not huge on the
tiny Hot Wheels
cars.
No, she got a bunch of Jada Metal.
Yeah.
Because I collect the Jada Metal cars.
1/24 scale.
The 124 and the 118 scale are the two main ones that I collect.
But yeah, if there's anybody that like hates on me because I have something they at least don't tell me.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like it, just don't watch. It's like,
usually it's something like, oh my God, I can't believe you found that, or something like that.
But
because I don't get into prices much, but I don't get anything without getting a deal. I do my best, because otherwise I'd never be able to afford any of it. You got to try. You got to get out there and hustle and wheel and deal and so on and so forth. You get the idea. So most of it's just like, I wish I could just go to the show and just be like, yes, my good man, here is all this cash. Let me take all of these.
That would be nice. You gotta win the lottery to do that.
It doesn't work.
Sometimes you go to the show and you're like, oh man, I wish I could afford like more stuff. But you know, you get what you get. You save your pennies.
Yeah.
You know, we don't live above our means. We live in a small, tiny house, whatever. Go to work, do what we gotta do, and that's how it is.
We're just fortunate enough that we had a big bonus room, which we could use for all of this. But of course, you know, it was destroyed. I had to completely build it from scratch.
Yeah.
But yeah, we made it work. It looks nice.
Yeah. But people are people. Haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
All you do is ignore them because they're not gonna go away. They're always around.
Yeah.
You know, they're at work. They're in your family.
Yeah, and you find out about it at the wrong times.
Yeah.
William says, I'm not a hardcore collector of Hot Wheels, but some guy at Meyer gave me my first treasure hunt. It's a small plane. Oh, wow.
Oh,
they're still doing the treasure hunts? I remember when they started that.
What's that?
It's like a chase of Hot Wheels, but they were doing it in the 90s. Oh, Nostalgic wants to know, what is your favorite season 2 episode so far? What about Dallas? Those are my shows, i.e. stories.
Space 99. Where are we on that? We just watched the one where
the guy was having
solar storm.
The guy was having the nightmares.
Oh yeah, the nightmare.
Yeah, and his wife needed the heart transplant.
Yeah.
But
that's where we are.
My favorite from season 2, it's probably got to be Bobby the Brain.
Oh, that robot.
Yeah,
that robot was.
He was hilarious.
Yeah,
and he had everybody. He had the wool pulled over everybody's eyes.
He had everybody fooled. That was a good one.
That was fun.
Yeah, and Dallas, Cliff just tried to commit suicide. Of course, JR admit that he pushed him to it. Yeah. But he was honest. He was like, I didn't force him to buy the land. He didn't check on anything. He took the money from his mother, which he did.
Yeah, he didn't ask her.
No.
Yeah.
JR just presented him with an offer, and he tricked them into an offer. Yeah. And he ran with it. So that's where we are now. I think we're at the end of.
It's not my fault the man's so weak he tried to kill himself.
Yeah.
Come on, mama. JR is my favorite 80s villain.
He is amazing. Awful. He is. And we also watching Falcon Crest. So we're watching that too.
Falcon Crest is a mess too.
Yeah. What's her name?
Angela Channing.
Angela. Oh God, that woman is.
Angela's a nightmare.
Spreading herself thin.
She hates everybody.
Yeah.
And Stone Sour said to pay PayPal donation for the cat fund. Hey, we appreciate it.
Oh yeah, now we got 4 more new cats.
Yeah, that we're working with.
Yeah.
4 babies.
We need to get them adopted, but they so sweet.
They are. They warmed up fast. Even poor mama, and she can't.
Raccoon Eyes.
Raccoon Eyes is here. Yeah, and the poor mama, we call her Granny Smith. Granny Smith, a tiny little thing. Not too long, it looks like, since her teats are still protruding. It looks like it wasn't even that long since she's been nursing. She's fixed already, and she can't walk right. She's got one arm. She keeps like this at all times.
Yeah,
and we got to see if we can get her seen to find out what the problem is.
Yeah,
but no cat can get near her.
No, she hates everybody.
She hates them, but she's warmed up to us. She's real sweet. If we handle her, she'll let us pick them up, pick her up, and carry her and whatever. But the other cats, she goes to pieces like a nervous breakdown.
Yeah, pop culture tells everybody that his mortgage paid off. My wife and I don't have any debt, and we're enjoying what we do because life is short, and we've got to enjoy yourself
while you're here.
Yeah,
be you and be happy. No kidding. I don't blame you.
I mean, you got people that's drowning in credit card debt. I don't have credit cards. I buy stuff with cash. I find out how much it costs and go back and save my money. I don't have to have nothing now. I've never had an iPhone, well, except for when I was at work and they issued us an iPhone. I get the free phone from the phone company. You go to the cell phone place. I don't pay for the phone. I get the free one. They always say, hey, you want this new iPhone? No, I want whatever you got for free.
Yeah, I really want a $1,300 phone.
Yeah, who the heck want a $1,300?
But they'll give you $200 off.
Yeah. Yeah, I need that.
I really need an $800 pair of sneakers.
No, go to Goodwill and buy stuff.
No, society teaches you that you do. These young kids believe it.
Society teaches you that you got to have everything right now, right now, right now. I don't believe anything needs to be done right now. I can wait. We can think about it, pray on it, look at it, study it, research it, and do all that. If I want to buy something, I look at the price, I figure out how much money I need, and then I go save it. And I'll get it when I get the money in hand. The people come to put the windows in. Oh, you want to get a line of credit? No, I don't want a line of credit. I figured out how much the windows are going to cost, and we're going to pay for the windows. Why are you going to get in debt? And now you're going to have that over your head, and you just working, killing yourself, working 80 and 90 hours a week so you can pay off debt. No. I save my money. I go buy comic books and I buy toys and statues, and that's how it is. And if people don't like it, they can unsubscribe and don't watch.
Yeah. Nostalgic is saying that the wife in that episode of Space 1999 was Pamela Stevenson, and she was in Superman 3. Lorelei Ambrosia, and it goes on to make the connection. She's the one that slept with Superman when Superman was being a badass in the movie.
Okay. Oh, we just saw the Red Sun Superman. That was good, except for Wonder Woman. Oh gosh, she made that movie.
I don't remember
hard to watch.
I didn't read the whole thing, but I don't remember her being in the book, and so I looked it up. And that incarnation of Wonder Woman is only in the animated film, and it was hard. She served no purpose other than to make sure that you knew she was a hardcore feminist, and a lesbian, and that was it. She made that very clear. Like, and it's like, and that all men are evil and stupid.
Yeah,
and and that she was stronger than Superman.
Yeah,
that's all she was there for, because she had no other function in the plot. And it's like, why did they do this?
No, because the premise of because we for those of you who don't know, we watched the DC animated movies. So we got like a bunch, the Batmans, the Supermans, the Teen Titans, the Green Lanterns, the Justice Leagues, and we watch one a week. And the one we recently watched was Superman Red Sun, where the premise is he, instead of coming to the United States, he landed in Russia. And the whole storyline was pretty good, except for the Wonder Woman character. She came
it's like,
in there.
Why are you here as the ambassador for her island?
Yeah, and then she didn't do anything in the movie. She really didn't do anything. At least in, like, when you see them in Justice League, she's doing something. She got a function. And that one, they just shoehorned her in. And it's like
agenda position.
Yeah.
William says that he's putting his classic Snake Mountain in the box and making room for the Origins one.
Okay.
And Nostalgic said we need economics, civics, woodshop, and driver's ed put back in public schools. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. And home ec.
Yeah, home economics was a big one.
Yeah.
And people overlooked that. And again, having worked for that's why. Everybody see us okay? Because it's blinking. Come on, piece of junk. There we go.
Hey.
The Mr. Question Mark.
Oh, is that a question mark?
I guess it's an upside down question mark.
Oh. Okay.
That having to do the practical living classes and things like that, stuff that we used to do. The kids couldn't do it. You're talking about kids 12 to almost 20 years old who can't use a broom, can't use a mop, don't know how to boil water.
We saw a YouTube video about a year or so ago now, and it was a life skill class, and they had these people. They were teenagers, like 18 to 21. And they had the one girl trying to open up a can with a can opener. And it literally took her about 15 minutes to figure that can opener out. She finally got it figured out, and the whole class erupted in cheers and clapping. And it's like, that's nothing to cheer about.
The
girl took about 15 minutes to figure out that can opener. and she's you know what I mean. I realize
college age.
Everybody isn't taught things, but
are you taught anything? I mean, what the hell's going on?
You don't know how to use a can opener. And I mean, I know you got electric can opening now, and you got that something Genie Mama or whatever that commercial was, where you just put the can opener on top of the thing and hit the button, and everybody's all happy and they're cheering because this can opener opens the can up for you. But I don't know. Those old shows.
Pop culture likes old shows like BJ and the Bear, Beachcombers.
I never heard of those shows.
Wurzel Gummidge.
I never heard of that and Beachcomber.
V. Well, V is a toss-up. Yeah, classic Star Trek. V. Well, because the more they did it, the worse it got.
Yeah.
So it started off like the original V. Yeah, we got to move forward a little bit. Just careful.
Yeah, because
we'll try to move the antenna
forward. The reception is
being weird.
The
original V miniseries was brilliantly done.
Yeah.
Then they made a second miniseries, and the second miniseries was okay, but it really didn't capture what the original had. And then they did the live action show for one season, and it just was, they went way off in south field with it, or left field, as they say.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened with Man from Atlantis. The original television miniseries for Man of Atlantis was well done.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad. Then full on, we can make this into a full on TV show, and no, it just didn't work.
Yeah. Are you gonna move it some more?
I'm gonna try to.
We're trying to get the thing because the internet reception is pretty wonky.
Yeah, we don't know why it's doing that.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's the you get the 5G and it still mess up. They still teach home economics in school here in Australia. Commerce as well. Woodwork and metal work classes are also still taught. Oh wow.
Oh, that's good.
Not in America.
And what Dale wants, oily jigglers.
What's oily jigglers?
It's remember those old like rubber figures?
Oh, that's what they were called?
They were like jelly.
Yeah. I didn't know that's what they were called. It was one of the toys they had. The V miniseries. Yeah. You have some of those, don't you?
I have the LJN figure, which is 12 inches, but they did make the smaller ones in Argentina, but they're stupid expensive if you can even find them.
Oh, okay.
Nostalgic says BJ and the Bear has not been seen in reruns since '96 on WWOR. It was never released on home video in any format.
Oh, wow.
No VHS, Laserdiscs, DVD, nothing. I taped them off of WWOR New Jersey back in '95. There's a handful of shows that are like that you probably saw when you were kids, and nobody ever got around to like recording them or making them into making them on VHS or DVD format, and it's unfortunate because that stuff just disappears.
Stone Sour says school in the U.S. need to teach kids about credit. I work at a bank and see how many young people in debt and can't manage their finances. Well, they teach you not to, because now you got the credit card that you get for your kids. And then they teach you on the commercials. You watch these commercials and they're telling you that you need all of this and why wait, get your paycheck in 2 days early.
Yeah, Wells Fargo has a lot of ads for that.
And then it's another one, some other kind of Cash App type thing.
Yeah.
Where you can get a loan on your paycheck. Because everybody, the society is a now. Everybody needs this now. Why do you need the money now? So you can go and buy food from DoorDash and all of these different places. So you can go buy coffee and then sit on TikTok all day and complain and whine and cry
about how broke you are.
Yeah, and then you don't want to go to work because work is too hard. And what do they think? Why do they want me to do all this stuff? And it's just ridiculous.
Nostalgic says Lobo, the BJ and the Bear spinoff, turned up on now defunct RTN channel in 2008, and he recorded that, and that he has a machine that converts VHS to DVD, and he should bootleg the bear. Yeah,
you probably will make something.
You might could sell it at shows or something.
Yeah, or upload it to YouTube.
That's the only way you could get some of that stuff back in the day. And back at the comic shows in the 90s, there always was a couple of guys there that that was the only way you could get anime. And it was all bootleg VHS cassettes of all these anime films and TV shows, because it was not available in the States or in English.
Oh, wow.
And so that was back when they called it Japanimation. They didn't call it anime then; it was Japanimation. And yeah, you go to the shows, and they'd have a TV and VCR set up so that you could see it, to see
what you were getting.
To make sure it was the show you wanted.
Okay.
And also so you could see the quality wasn't totally wonky. Because you can imagine this. Oh, let me just buy this bootleg VHS cassette off of this guy at a show for $30, and get it home, and it's all scrambled.
Otherworld line from Arco. I had a few of them back in the 80s, and they're here on eBay.
I'm not sure if I remember that.
I'm
not sure if I remember that one. William wants to know why kids need a credit card. That's just silly. Why do they need a phone?
Yeah.
All
of us survived.
all the way up until around 2010.
Yeah.
We got along fine without a phone.
Yeah.
Now
we were kids, and you had the house phone. I mean, growing up, we didn't even have a house phone. My mama got it on sometimes. So we didn't even have a phone in the house, and no cell phone or nothing. You needed to call somebody, you had to go to our grandmama.
Now you have like 5-year-olds got a phone plan.
Yeah, they're younger than that. And then I was watching something on YouTube, and they were talking about celebrities and their kids, and they were talking about one celebrity got a kid. I think the kid is 3, and already got an Instagram account. And it's like, you're setting these kids up for failure, because they're celebrities. They got all that they could possibly want. They're kids of celebrities. But if they get a bad review on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all of those things, somebody say something mean and nasty, the next thing you know, they're on antidepressants, they're about to go commit suicide and all of that. And it's like, why are you introducing them to that type of thing at such a young age? Let them be a kid. You 3.
Yeah.
What do you need to do? You can't even read. You can't even type.
Yeah, they're trying to grow these kids up way too fast.
Yeah.
And why get them a credit card? So that they can learn how to be in debt early.
Yeah.
Because the more things you're in debt to, the more of a slave you are.
Yeah.
Nostalgic said, if you said Japanimation, some fool would cry racist. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they called it back then. Though.
Digital brainwashing.
Yeah.
It is.
Because they don't need all that stuff.
No.
It's something that really irks me. And this is also why we're a dying generation of people that are into this kind of stuff, the toys, the comics, all of that.
Yeah.
Because these younger people, you need your imagination to use all of this.
Yeah.
For us, it's nostalgia, but for when we were kids, it was imagination. These younger generations today, they don't have much imagination because it's all pre-programmed for them. You play an RPG online or on your Xbox or whatever. That's someone else's imagination. They already built the whole story for you, and you're just kind of flowing through it. It's not the same.
Do you have any big gym items?
Not much. I just got a couple of things. I used to have a much bigger selection. I got who is that? Jeff sitting up there in front of the basketball outfit. And what else? And I got a foreign big gym outfit up there. It's way up at the top. I don't know how well you can see it, but yeah,
you're gonna go get it.
Yeah, I don't have much anymore. It's part of what was lost.
What was?
Yeah, and I haven't really replaced any of it because it's gotten to be so expensive. See, like that? That's a foreign outfit set. And then this basketball set that somebody gave me. And then this guy.
He looked like this thing over here. The
Bionic
Bionic Man.
He's not though. He's a lot smaller than the Bionic Man.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So I don't have hardly anything for Big Jim now. But and again, suddenly there's been a huge interest in it in the last few years.
Yeah.
Because when I was buying that stuff, I mean, those carded outfits were probably $10 a piece, and now it's insane how much money people want for them.
People are willing to pay.
Yes, that's the whole bottom line of it. But yeah, Big Jim's a cool character, and Dale says, "Cool, thank you." No problem. No problem. That's the way it is. But I've got it's too expansive, especially when you get into the foreign variants. There's so much out there for Big Jim, and I'm like, oh. And other things that tie over, like for example, the tiger from Big Jim, which was repainted to become Battle Cat.
Oh, so, yeah.
That tiger,
Cringer / Battle Cat.
There's a lot of masters collectors who want that Big Jim tiger as is. And so the price on it has gone insane. It doesn't even make sense. And there's other toy lines that I like just as much that I'm real close to finishing. That it'd be easier to concentrate on, even though some of the stuff is really hard to find.
Have you given up on Pops? Actually, no. Recently, there's been some Pops that come out that I actually bought. I actually went out on the internet. I ain't go out to do nothing. But they were available on the internet, and I actually got them. They came out. They re-released the reindeer, the Rudolph, and I wanted that originally. But when I came in, it was way late in the game. So the originals were over $100, and I'm like, no. So they re-released that. So I got that line, and then they put out the Muppets Christmas Carol, and I had to get that. And also, I always get the Disney Christmas stuff. So like almost every year they come out with like a Mickey and Minnie and all of them, a Christmas line with them, and I always get that. So yeah, no, I don't get as much, and I never really got a lot because I only get certain lines. I'm not into Marvel and DC and Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, those big lines. I always get like various cartoon characters and some TV shows. So, let's make it kind of easier, I guess. We read all those. Oh,
eBay took the fun out of it. Too much money. Well, they took the fun out of it for other reasons. So it's because there were certain things that were a lot more expensive when you had to get it through trade magazines, and eBay actually knocked the price out of some of them. But between the taxes and the shipping and the eBay fees, it's getting weird.
Yeah.
It's getting weird in there, plus the other problems.
Yeah.
And my friend Widely says, I'm still looking for a Big Jim tiger, but crazy expensive when you find one.
Yeah.
Because of that crossover. And William says he's been getting into Fashionable Comics. He got X-Men 1, Wonder Woman 1 from the George Perez Amazing Spider-Man 300. And he picked those up this week.
Oh, that's good.
And Gnomsky says he sold his Big Jim tiger a couple of years ago and he regrets it. Usually find someone in Europe selling them. Apparently, they were more easily available over there for some reason.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, they've had a lot of Big Jim stuff in Europe, including pieces that were never made here. But, I'm getting close to finishing the Mark Safari.
Yeah.
And that's a lot.
You need like one more piece, right?
I need 3.
Oh, 3 more pieces?
I need 3 more pieces because I found those 2 at the Joe Fest, which was shocking because you never.
Yeah.
I don't believe I've ever even at a show seen a loose Mark Safari piece.
Yeah.
And this guy had 4 boxed ones.
Yeah.
And
2 that you didn't
2
have.
I didn't have.
So what do you still need?
I need the Jeep, the truck, and the tower.
Oh yeah, that tower go to the Boy Scouts.
That tower's to the Boy Scouts.
Okay.
Yeah, and I still need the snowmobile set for Steve Scout, and I need the Jeep for Steve Scout, and I think that'll finish Steve Scout from the Kenner. So
eBay was great back in the day when you just sent a money order in when you won something. Yeah. Wow, that took forever, didn't it?
Yeah, it took longer, but
Yeah.
that's the wild west of eBay back in the 90s. When you originally you couldn't even host a photograph. You had to get a separate web page and put links, and
Oh,
people would click the
wow.
link in the description
Mm-hmm.
to see the pictures because eBay couldn't even host the photos. So
wow, times have changed.
Yeah, times have changed. But yeah, the those are some of the things that I'm looking to finish up. It'd be nice to finish off Big Jim. It'd be nice to finish off the Brave Star, and that's another one that's really tough also because with the Brave Star,
Oh, wow.
some of it's real expensive. As we were at that Legion Hall show, that guy had 2 Brave Star pieces I didn't have, but he wanted so much.
Yeah, that guy wanted ridiculous prices. Yeah. But those are the most expensive ones, though.
Well, some of them, yeah, because he had the 30-30, which I don't have a boxed 30-30, and then he had the 30-30 and Marshall Brave Star 2-pack, which is a pretty tough set to find. But it was so expensive. I was like, oh, there's no way I can do it. Novsky says he took a Panther and deflocked him, painted the eyes green, and got the Tarzan Panther. No way am I paying that price for the real one. Yeah. That's right, because they had the Tarzan too. That's right.
Sometimes you just gotta customize.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta customize. And it'd be nice if I could finish off at least the loose set of the deluxe 78 Star Wars figures.
Oh, you missed.
Well, I need the Ben Kenobi, and I need the IG-88 and a loose Princess Leia if I could find them in like really nice condition. Donovan says, David, seeing and hearing you with those rap albums was funny as hell. LPH, I know what you mean. She knows I'm just playing.
He wasn't playing. He meant it.
I was just having a good time with it. You know, what the hell. Dale says, I'm glad I started collecting 40 years ago, minty items for cheaper price.
Yeah, good for you. I wish I knew something about it. Collecting toys and comics a long time ago.
Every once in a while, I mean, and that's why you gotta kind of pick your battles, like we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
You know, I could find, I'm sure on eBay somebody's got the Jeep or the truck, and I bet it's like ridiculously expensive too.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you just come across something in a show that you weren't expecting, and it's like, yeah, what can we do here?
And then sometimes it kind of pays to talk to people too, because like I said, like with those records I got from the dude at work, we were just sitting down talking, just regular talking, and we ended up about music. And then, you know, because we were in a group and we were just talking about music, and somehow I mentioned that I collect records. He was like, oh, you collect records, and that's how we got that. So sometimes people have stuff that they don't want, they could care less about, or they want to get rid of, even if you have to pay for it. And sometimes you can get a good price. So sometimes it's worth talking to people. I mean, I'm not going to go around asking, hey, you got this, you got that. But, you know, you might mention, like they always asking how you doing on the weekend. Hey, I'm out of sight. How are you? You know, depending on who it is, do you ever see a stopping point in the future when it comes to collecting, either from being satisfied that you have enough or room?
That's what totes are for.
Yeah. My thing with that, because David bring up, I don't have room. He brings that up a lot. As long as you have it, you own it.
Yeah.
You can put it in the closet. You can push it up under the bed. You can put it. I'm serious, because I'm gonna tell you.
Oh man, because you'll regret it later.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll regret it later. You'll see something. You'll see that Big Jim figure for cheap, and you're like, oh man, but I don't have room for it. So what? Put it in the garage.
Yeah.
Put it in the closet. Push it up under the bed. You have it, and then now you know, you might not see it, but you know you got it. It's in the house somewhere. It's in the house. Because if you pass it by at that price, you see it, somebody got it for $45 and you know it go for $100, you're gonna regret it for the rest of your life because you would never find it for that price again.
Yeah, and I've ended up with stuff like that too. Thinking about that too with this one. You remember when I found this?
Yeah.
And that was it. Was it the Toylanta?
I think so.
Toylanta. The Mego, the 1976 Mego 12.5-inch Batman. Because this is still sealed and the flap is still good. You see the flap isn't bent on this, which is rare. And the guy didn't have a price on it, and I asked him, what do you want? And I couldn't believe it. He was like, yeah, I know. I'm just trying to move it. You don't find this in this kind of condition. And I was like, I got to do it if I get nothing else.
Yeah.
But it's not what I was looking for. But again, you got to pick your battles. I don't know where the hell I'm going to display it. I just kind of got it sitting over here right now.
And it don't matter because you got it.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. I have it.
And I'd never find it again. I'd never find it again at a decent price.
And one day you might display it. One day you get tired of looking at something else and you're like, okay, I'm going to swap you out.
Donovan says, I wonder if brick and mortar shops will come back if the internet stuff gets bad, like eBay and Amazon at times. Would love to see Toys R Us come back, or KB. Well, KB I would love. Toys R Us wasn't that great in my opinion. But that's another story.
No.
Well, we don't use storage units.
I don't trust them.
Everything is here.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, one, you want climate control.
Yeah.
For if you comics and toys, you want climate control because climate control will keep it cool and dry and dark, and also rodent free.
Yeah.
Because we have the dehumidifiers that run down here. If we did get pests of any kinds, insects and rodents cannot survive in a dry environment. They will die. The normal ones, unless they're suited for it, like you live in the desert. But normal insects and normal rodents won't last a day in a room with dehumidifiers going that are keeping the moisture at 40%. So which we don't have that issue anyway. But if we did, that's important.
Yeah.
Cool, dry. It would have to be climate controlled, and those storage units typically they're not liable. So if anything went wrong, a pipe burst and the place got flooded and all your boxes got soaked, well, that's
Somebody say something.
That's really frustrating.
Okay.
Yeah, that's frustrating when that does that.
Yeah.
I wish I could hardline it down here, and then we'd probably have those problems.
Yeah.
You got to rotate your Stone Sour says rotate your displays.
Yeah, we rotate ours, but I rotate mine. David, I don't know if he rotates.
Oh yeah, I've rebuilt walls. I tear stuff down. But
take it down, put something else in its place.
Sometimes when something works really well, like this wall back here came out really good, I don't want to mess with it too much unless I have to add something to it.
Yeah.
Out of Sight said nice, and Custom God says nice Batman. Yeah, you don't find them in that kind of condition. The box is perfect. Never been removed. The tape seals. The tape seal on the top fell off, but the bottom one is still attached. But this hasn't been opened. This has not been opened. That's almost impossible to find like that anymore. It's like I can't pass that up for what he wanted.
No, we don't have any Jimmy Buffett.
I don't think we do. No, I don't know.
We got a lot of records though.
Yeah, we got tons of records. We love that.
Yeah,
some fun stuff.
And we'll find stuff on Facebook and contact the person, try to work out a deal.
Yeah,
we've done that, and to get stuff cheap. And look on Facebook. We've bought comic book lots off of Facebook. People selling out their comic collection.
Yeah.
We bought that stuff off of Facebook. Records, I don't think we bought records. I look for records. And I've talked to a couple of
weird.
People.
They don't want to tell you what's in it. They don't want to tell you how, it's a box full.
Yeah.
A box full of what?
Yeah.
What kind of records are in there? All kinds.
Yeah. Yeah,
what does that mean?
Give you no information, no pictures, no nothing.
Is it going to be like one rock album and then like 96 polka albums. What the hell is there? You know, I just because you don't know. And but yeah, we have bought a couple of comic lots that way.
Yeah,
a couple of really inexpensive lots. We
yeah,
did videos on that,
and we made deals. You know, they have a price and like, hey, you know, are you willing to go down? And half of the times they are.
Yeah.
So you know, you got to work stuff out. And I'm working with a guy now, buying out a lot. I met him at a comic show. And he had a bunch of war books. So we've been talking offline, and I bought a bunch from him, and I just bought another lot, and that should be coming soon. So I mean, it's stuff like that. And when you work with these people offline, like he's literally selling the books for like 50 cents each. And they're more, but he doesn't, he says, I don't want the war books, they don't sell well. Hey, if you want them, let's work something out.
Yeah. You'd rather they go to somebody who, you know, because she's not trying to flip them or anything.
Yeah, he knows that.
Yeah.
And so I mean, do things like that. Talk to people, and you know, don't be all like rude about it or pushy. But you know, you just talk to people. Hey, you know,
and be savvy about it too, because we almost got set up going to
we
going to pick up a collection. Because it didn't feel right to me. And I, you know, we went to the house,
and it's a dump.
Yeah, and the person answered the door and wasn't sure what we were talking about. And we got back in the car, and they said, "Hold on, I'm coming." Right, and then I was like, you know what, pull out and go. You know, there's at the end of the street. You know, there's another street that goes this way, and then there's a parking lot on the other side of that. And I said, go park in that parking lot so that we can look down the street. And we were sitting there watching, and these people pull up. There's a small compact car, and then two guys on a motorcycle.
A moped,
yeah. And they pull up on there right in front of that house, and they're looking around, and then they circle around, and then they take off. And what we were looking for could not have fit in that car.
Yeah,
because it was supposed to be like 16 long boxes or something. There's no way it would have fit in a regular car.
Yeah.
And then when we tried to get back in contact with them on the Facebook, they would not respond.
Well, he pulled the post down.
Yeah, there's no response.
Yeah,
no response. So it's like,
so you
gotta watch out.
Yeah, and on that one we didn't ask enough questions. So you just got to be savvy, ask a lot of questions, ask for a lot of pictures, talk about some stuff. And if they say they're here, and then but you're gonna pick it up, I'm like, no, I'm good. Never mind. Shoot. If you say you live here, but you want me to come over there.
Yeah.
And that's nowhere near. So.
Oh, another really good find recently, of course, was that Johnny Reb.
Oh, that battle wagon or whatever that.
No, the battle wagon is the deluxe reading battleship, but the Johnny Reb is the cannon. I love that thing. That I've wanted one of those for a long time. I just could never find one complete, and it's too expensive to piece out. I don't know if we're even talking to anybody.
Well, they say we got 21 people.
Yeah, watching. I know, because no one ever told us if we were still on.
Well, we got some questions. Jonathan,
Jenny Buffett was the last one.
Yeah. So I'm guessing we're still on because it's still at 21. So.
I hope so, because we went black for us for a few moments. It was black on the screen, and we were just like, "Okay, what happened?" It's a pain in the butt. Nostalgic says you are on. Thank you. Excellent. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Johnny Reb is like a classic Remco toy, one of the best ever done. And the guy at the retro had one, and he didn't want hardly anything for it. And him and Martin, I guess, were watching out for me too, to see if I wanted it.
Oh wow, that was nice.
Martin came and told me, he said, "Did you see the Johnny Reb?" And I went and looked at it, and it was complete.
Hey, Robert.
Oh yeah, Robert is online. He says, "Cool. How long has it been? Too long." It's been busy. We've been. It hasn't been easy for us.
Yeah, we've been doing like back-to-back shows, but this month, September, we're not going to any shows. And so we'll take a break, say with our pennies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice to do. So.
And
Dale likes
says
all
he likes
the
all
Mark's
toys. Yeah, Mark's made some great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They made some great stuff. And Johnny Reb, if you've never seen a Johnny Reb, let me know and I'll show you guys. Donovan wants to know how the cats are. They're doing fine. Dad's recovered from his surgery. He looks great.
He's gaining weight and he's not arched up and he doesn't have diarrhea anymore.
All right. And Hobo isn't sick anymore. He's doing good. He was sick for a while.
He was. And now we got 4 new cats.
Yeah, 4 new ones. 3 kittens and she's not even an adult, really. She's not that old. Widely says you're on, but a bit fuzzy. I hope we're not fuzzy at all. Donovan says fuzzy picture.
Oh, no.
That sucks.
Now we look all crazy.
Robert says, I feel bad. You figure you'd be tired. Love the video tours, though. And Nomsky says he wants to see Johnny Reb.
Oh, go grab
William says, I've gotten extremely lucky on Facebook. I got a piece of vintage Star Wars wallpaper.
Oh, good.
A Motu floor mat from Canada and 4 Motu figures from Mexico.
Oh, that's nice.
Bootlegs or authentic?
You can find some stuff on Facebook, but you just got to...
shift this again.
Again, you got to really... And, be ready to go meet people if you have to meet people and stuff like that. But again, just be careful. I haven't looked on Craigslist in a long time.
It's been forever since I had any good fortune with Craigslist. Craigslist usually ends up being a mess.
Yeah, Craigslist is usually a mess. And OfferUp, I've bought some stuff off of OfferUp, but I haven't bought anything off of there in a while. And Macari is always good. There go to Johnny Reb.
That's Johnny Reb.
The Cannon.
That's a 1961 by Remco. Johnny Reb, all original, including the original Rebel flag, which is basically vinyl. These never survive. The tow line, the firing line, the
little wheels roll.
Yeah, the wheels. Well, you got to be able to pull it.
Yeah.
The original plunger still intact. That with the because usually the felt is missing off of this, which you use to jam the can. This is a big toy, and it launches the cannonball like 50 feet, and the spring still works in this. It's still functional, and it comes with a half a dozen plastic cannonballs. With a hole bored through it to fit onto the metal prong that's inside.
Okay.
They don't make toys like this anymore. This thing is amazing, but it's always missing all the parts.
Yeah.
You usually find just the body. It's cracked up and broken. This is all intact, all original. And I was just like, damn, and he didn't really want much for it. And I was very happy.
And Donovan wants to know why I'm the only one that uses the camera when we go on tours. Because I'm forced.
You are not.
Whatever.
Nobody forces her to do anything.
Where to look for toys anymore except eBay. You have to go to shows and stuff. And again, we do find stuff on Facebook a lot. Find that stuff like that he finds at shows.
Yeah.
eBay, I haven't looked on eBay for toys in a while, but they're there, but you better be ready to pay. And then something that size, you wouldn't want to ship that anyway.
No, that would cost a fortune to ship, and you'd probably get busted up in the mail.
Yeah.
Nomsky says you don't make stuff like that anymore, and Widely has had good luck on Facebook and Macari.
I remember that commercial. Yeah, he put the commercial on
at the end of that video, where after I got it, because the original commercial is hilarious.
Oh, okay. They're brand new and exclusive to Brazil. Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. 8.5 inch tall. Really cool.
That's a 9th scale. 1/9 scale.
Yeah, that's big. Hey.
Ridley Cinema's here.
How you doing, Ridley?
It says, Nomsky says, great piece for the collection, for sure. Yeah, and it's one of the oldest pieces I got.
It's like a bazooka.
Because it's from 1961. It's one of the oldest pieces that I have.
Oh, Superpowers Detective Batman. Since like the Batman. Yeah, we talked about it. We got some records. We put up a video of some records that we got. We got some comics, and we didn't get any toys.
Stuff. Yeah, just
went from, two pieces of toys.
Yeah, see, I got my half-naked soldier ape. He's missing his shirt and his rifle, but it was like actually really cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, why not? And an oddball piece here from the mid '90s, Century bag gloves featuring Chuck Norris, which were originally $7.99.
Oh,
still has the price tag on it. It's just
and I got
an odd piece.
I got Meadows vehicles.
Oh yeah, where are they?
They're
down. Yeah, she Oscar the Grouch and
Count Chocula.
Count Chocula. That's right.
They're newer. So.
Oh, catalog books. I have a bunch of catalogs, but I might do another catalog tour soon.
Mm-hmm.
And Robert says, tempted on
Invisible Jet. Oh, for Wonder Woman and Invisible Jet, they did that.
Donovan says Chuck Norris will save us all. He needs to. And Robert's thinking about getting Super 7 reaction figures because they did the Apes too.
Yeah, they did, and the card looks really good. Important question. I need to find 60s G.I. Joe 12-inch figure on my budget. Is around $50 max. Can you even do it?
You could. If you go to a show that has them, like I know if you go to Joe Lanta or Joe Fest,
mm-hmm.
He's not going to be perfect.
Is he going to be dressed?
Yeah, he might be dressed, and the clothes might just be kind of rough. Seriously, it's just being honest.
Yeah.
But you might find a nude figure as long as it's not something really specific about it. Like if he's got what they call a baby head or the Kennedy head,
mm-hmm.
Something like that, which is really early head models or early body type parts, or expensive uniform parts. If it's just like a basic figure, played with, got a couple of cracks in him, but he's still good. Maybe the outfit is played with. You can tell maybe some kid washed it or something. You can get it for around that price if you shop around.
Wow.
William says he got the McFarlane Superpowers Batmobile at PowerCon. The wheels are the same as the vintage one. It's pretty cool. And Robert wants to know, he's curious, when we get comics, do we just get single issues, trade paperbacks, or omnibus?
I mainly get single issues. I was getting omnibus at first.
Yeah.
But then, when you get to the romance and some horrors, it's hard to get it. And then I like the covers too.
Yeah.
So
the romance and horror books are a lot more popular than people might realize, and they're tough to find in decent shape. They're usually pretty rough.
Yeah. So I'm working, like I said before, I'm working with a guy that I met at a show some months back, and he has some war books and he has romance and some horror books. So I'm working with him to get his collection, and he doesn't really he is a dealer, but he has a hard time moving the war, romance, and some of the horror stuff. So we talked, and I told him that I'm interested in it. So we're working out a deal to get some of that stuff. So I'm excited about that.
And Ridley says, looking for a gift. I'm sure my criteria isn't realistic because Old Joe's is one of the most collectible markets. Yeah, but the right now it's leaning heavily on a raw.
Mm-hmm.
And then also it's got to be real specific. Certain outfits, condition is really important.
Mm-hmm.
If anything is sealed, forget it, or boxed, forget it. But you can find it. It just won't be perfect.
Yeah.
Robert says, I usually hate McFarlane stuff too big, blocky, but the Silver Age DC got me in the feels. And William said, do you have a Spidey Super Stories with the Jaws cover? I don't think I have that one.
You got a bunch of the Spidey stuff.
I got a bunch of the Spidey Super Stories based on the Electric Company.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I have the Jaws one.
Yeah. And I know I like to buy a lot of specific covers. Like y'all, like I've talked to y'all before, and I buy like I call them the controversial covers, with like a racist symbol on there, or like the Klan, Nazi, stuff like that, drug covers, suicide covers, stuff like that. So I like buying the individual books for that reason. I read them and everything, but I like having that cover. The omnibus I like reading because everything is together. You don't have to keep switching out the books and ruining the books. So I do have a few omnibus, but I haven't bought any in a while. I'm just getting the regular ones and reading it like that. You know, calling it a day. So okay, we read that one. Starting to get the 3 Super 7 Mezco. I think Mezco doing better on the 5 point. Yeah.
Got the your Superman. The 1/18th scale he's talking about. Ridley says he's helping his mother find 60s Joe for a boyfriend. Don't think she realizes how collectible the market is. Yeah, it's and Joe's out of their wheelhouse. Yeah, I mean, like I said, just a basic one.
Yeah.
But and you might have to clean them up.
But what about, because they did those Joes in the 90s that look like the ones from the 60s.
Well, that's an entirely different body type.
Oh, is
Although Walmart, like about 10, 15 years ago, did a series of reissues, but the reissues are of the Adventure Team, I believe.
Oh.
Although I think that actually, they probably just want an original one, but if you're going for a reproduction, they had the ones that they made to go with the books that were sold in Barnes and Noble back in the 90s. I think those are still fairly inexpensive, and they look almost exactly like the classic 60s soldiers. But you can tell that it's not, but it's very close.
Get crossovers.
Robert says he loves your taste in comics.
I don't care for the crossovers too much. Now I do have the Alien Predator and Predator with the Batman. I do have some of those, but mainly I like either certain characters or a certain genre, like the love, the horror, Batman, Green Lantern, that kind of stuff. And then the war books, things like that. So I don't really look for like crossovers and stuff like that. I don't care for too many superhero stuff. Like I'll have a couple of Spider-Man only because it has a specific something going on, like the drug covers or the drug story, sorry. And like with the Black Panther, I got all of the ones with the Ku Klux Klan in it because he got like 6 books with the Ku Klux Klan story. So things like that. But that's how I go with the comics. I get real weird with the comics. Specific things.
It's all right.
Yeah, I do.
Nomsky would buy reissues of Joe's.
Yeah.
And Ridley says that she wants something he would have grown up with, not a record.
No, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Dale says, best thing I did, started collecting Joe back in 83, the 60s and 70s stuff, everything.
Oh, man.
And Nomsky says they got to have flocked beards and hair, though. Yeah, that's the Adventure Team. And Robert says, I always smile because I think David comment because I want Mezco, Josie and the Pussycats. I have the Super 7 Archie figures.
Oh, okay.
Like Scooby-Doo set. Yeah, like I'm not too keen on the new ones, but I do like the Archies, and I've got the original ones.
What about the Archie comics? That's around a lot. The Archie comics are.
It depends on how far back you're going because they've been making them since like the 40s. So there's a lot.
Predator with Wolverine.
Oh, really?
I like the Predator covers. Yeah. I like the Predator and the way the Predator. The 1/6 scale figures of the Predator. I like posters, the comics. I have a couple of the Predator comics because I just like the way the Predator looks. So, and a couple of NECA Predators.
Robert likes getting 70s comics. or pre-code horror.
Yeah, I want more pre-code horror, but I don't have pre-code money.
Dale says all of his shows are minty and he's very picky. Yeah, and I don't blame you.
Yeah,
because you're investing in it really.
And it's a big investment. I mean, yeah, you bought it when they first came out, but they're worth a lot now. So that's a big investment, and you got to take care of it. And we were talking about that today because we were in a flea market, and that flea market was a dump. But people tell you, "Oh, I paid $20 for this. I want to at least get $20 back." But you didn't treat it like it was a $20 figure, or item. You treat it like it was nothing. So now it looks like nothing. It's broke. It's dirty. It doesn't work. But you still want top dollar for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you want it to be something, treat it like it's something. Treat it like it's worth nothing, and then it turns into garbage, and then you're talking about, well, if I go on eBay right now, I can see 10 of them for $1,000. Yeah, but yours ain't worth $1,000.
Yeah,
because you treated it like
just
garbage.
Because they're on there for that much doesn't mean they're gonna sell for that either.
Exactly. I got really lucky yesterday. Came across a Stranger Things Hooper figure for 10. I could easily flip it for 60. They didn't know what they had, but it's a line. I want them keeping it. Oh, good.
And Donovan says, "Have you seen ads for the new Atari 2600? It plays all the old games.
Oh,
and
wow.
Stuff. No, I have not seen that." And Nomsky says he loves the niche tastes LPH has in comics.
Yeah.
Robert says he loves Archie's 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, Archie's crossovers.
I like they had the Archie, I think it's from the 90s, the Archie's Afterlife. You remember we bought that lot and it was
That's a later series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. Well, the covers are nice and I'm interested in reading the story.
And Ridley says he got childhood favorite Ernest Goes to Africa.
He went to Africa
Blu-ray
too?
collection. It's definitely not a film you could make today. No, I don't think any of his.
I know he went to camp
and
he went to camp and he did the Christmas and then he go on vacation or something. I didn't know about that.
I think there's one in jail. This better.
I didn't know about
seen
Africa.
A bunch of them. I don't remember Africa though.
I remember the TV show. That didn't last long. The Ernest TV show. Why was he popular? He was on a commercial. What was the 7-Eleven.
He used to I think it was 7-Eleven he used to advertise for, and he'd bother Vern.
Yeah,
and but Vern was behind the camera, so you never saw him.
Yeah, you never saw him. I know. I just couldn't remember what the commercial was about. I remember the commercial, the commercial being on, but I don't remember what they were selling.
William says he's on Planet of the Apes series right now. He signed up for the Garbage Pail Kids series.
We're watching the Planet of the Apes cartoon right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wiley says this is great. And he says, Robert says he wished Super 70 bought 8 3 3/4 inch figures of TV shows. Oh, they'll get around to it.
Yeah.
Magnum, Columbo, Mr. T, Prince.
Oh God.
Novsky says his best one was Ernest Scared Stupid, the Halloween one. And Ridley says there's a scene where he has bronze painted skin and speaks in an Iranian accent.
Oh,
maybe I did see that because that sounds familiar. No, I think he was supposed to be a Punjab, right? He was pretending to be Indian.
Oh my God!
Like an East Indian.
Oh,
that sounds familiar. Robert says Ernest and Mr. Bean annoy the hell out of him. And Nostalgic says Planet cartoon is dope. Yeah, a lot of those vintage cartoons will surprise you.
Because we watching Johnny Quest too. And Johnny Quest, they kill you on Johnny Quest.
People die all the time in Johnny Quest. It's shocking. Because, when you were a kid and you're watching it, because Johnny Quest was a 60s Saturday morning show, but it was still in reruns in like the 70s and stuff. And when you'd see it, you didn't think much of it.
Yeah.
But then when you're watching it now, you don't actually watch people die, but you know they're dead.
Yeah.
Like when they were in the boat. They're in the boats in an underground river, and Race Bannon sets up a trap for the people that are chasing them, and he pulls a rope, and they get yoinked off of the boat. And the 3 of them, they get thrown into the water. And then right when it happens, crocodiles dive into the water off of the beach. And then they're all looking from the other boat. Dr. Quest and the kids, and he goes, and he grabs the 2 boys and he said, turn away. There's nothing that can be done for them now. And you hear people screaming and you hear crocodiles growling, and it's like, holy crap.
Ice-T was in Breaking too.
Was he?
I don't know, because we saw that. Didn't we see
rapper
Breaking
Ice-T?
too?
Well, we didn't see the second one. I have it, but I don't think I've seen it.
I know we saw the first one.
Oh, Ernest joins the army.
I think I remember that one.
Any more General Mills items? Dale says no. I'm still missing the one product people figure of Frankenberry. I still don't have it.
Have you seen the early 80s? Oh no, not the Dukes of Hazzard cartoon. We watched the Dukes of Hazzard.
We were watching the live action, but I remember it being on, but I don't remember the show that well. And Art Star is here. Thanks for joining us. Robert says, was there any character TV annoyed any of you?
A lot of them. Alf.
She didn't like Alf. Alf had his moments.
Yeah, he did have his moments.
But he was a jerk.
Yeah.
He could be a real jerk. He knew he was. Because they addressed that in one episode where he was at the old age home, which was actually a good episode. He was really helpful and really a good guy on that one. But then he says, she was like, well, how do you cope? You know, the old lady was asking him, how do you cope with not being stuck and not being able to go home? And he says, well, basically, I just annoy the hell out of people. And she was like, does it work? Does it help you feel better? And he says, no. Why do you do it? I'm not sure. And it's about the most honest he's been. Yeah. Although he was a fairly honest character, he really didn't lie.
Yeah.
He was just really aggressive.
Yeah, he was just really annoying. Yeah, Johnny Quest. Yeah, he was very annoying. Dr. Smith annoyed me in Lost in Space.
You're my favorite. My favorite Dr. Smith moment from the original Lost in Space was the Penny's birthday. Was it Penny? Her birthday cake. He stole a piece of her birthday cake. What he did though, well, he never ate a cat on the show, but he wanted to. Art Star wanted to know how we're doing.
We're doing good.
Yeah, we're hanging in there. Mm-hmm. But was the birthday cake where the mother had made it, and it was for her birthday in the morning. Mm-hmm. And he sneaks in and he takes it out and he takes a knife and he makes a slice and lifts up the whole middle of the cake out and then pushes the ends together and refrosts it. And he takes the middle piece back to his room. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, that is so freaking evil.
Where you going?
Grabbing your cars.
David gonna go get my cars. Did you know Barney was a chain smoker, and during production of Ernest, he locked himself in his trailer because he didn't to see the photo smoking in the Ernest costume.
I heard he was a chain smoker.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. He had a real bad problem with smoking.
These are the cars I got.
Yeah, the Jada.
Frankenberry.
That's not Frankenberry.
I know.
That's Count Chocula. Frankenberry's the one she's missing.
Yeah. No, he's talking about how he has a Frankenberry, but not in the box, and the Trix Rabbit loose. Yeah. Yeah, I got that yesterday.
And then this one, although this threw me a little bit. Yeah. Because that's not his car.
No, he was a taxi driver. Yeah. But that's not the cab.
That's not the cab. The cab, the car he drove, kind of more so resembled the Archie's Jalopy than a VW Bug. I don't know where they got a VW Bug from. Yeah. But that I don't think he ever drove that.
No, he never drove that.
And it sure as hell wouldn't have been in that condition.
Not all nice.
The one that he had
was all beat up.
Yeah, it barely moved. It was always belching smoke and breaking down.
Always smiling. When my boy creeped me out. Robert, you get creeped out a lot. Yeah, that's cool. The robot on Buck Rogers' TV show Tiki annoyed me as a kid.
Oh, Tweaky?
That noise he made when talking gave me nightmares.
Beady, 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 beady. Yeah, that's what he used to do.
I bought the one Charlie Brown grape with cereal because I'm a sucker for nostalgia bait. Jada has a RoboCop police car out now. I gotta get that one. I like how they put things out. They don't advertise a lot, so you don't really know unless you go to the store and then you see it. Because I didn't know that Sesame Street one was out, and then they have one with the Cookie Monster. So I'll look for that. But I like the Jada vehicles, so I get some of them. You know, the characters that I like because they put out just a lot of random stuff. But I like how they do it, and that they're too many at one time. So I like that because some companies they'll get a license, then they'll flood you.
Yeah, and that's frustrating.
Jada should do Stallone Cobra car.
Oh, the car from the movie Cobra. They destroyed that car in that movie. William says he saw the Ninja Turtle car from Jada at Meyer a couple of days ago.
I have the Turtle van. They have like the VW van. They came out with that one. I have that one. Can you guys take phone calls?
We're not really equipped for it.
Oh, you mean on this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think we can. You can come on and join us. I do mean impression.
Don't tell too many people about that Pod Blast. Any A-Team stuff, very little.
You had found something at the toy
found
swap.
Something at the show. It's back here.
Yeah, it was some figures that
Yeah, because people were upset that they didn't see this because the guy didn't want hardly anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jada's doing Street Fighter. They do really good with their figures. I always say that.
That's the Galoob A-Team Villains 4-pack. Because you got to have bad guys. And the joke about it, of course, is that the villains, the 3 3/4-inch villains, are all 5 points articulation spheres, but the A-Team figures are jointed like G.I. Joe figures. And then, of course, the villains are all with G.I. Joe villain names.
Oh, are they? Yeah, Cobra,
Viper, Python, and Rattler.
Oh.
But yeah, this was like a great price. Toys Plus, $6.96 is what it says there, the price tag. And then they have a wanted poster on the back. Wanted. Dead or alive.
Really said, I watched Zodiac last month. One of the suspects was Rick Marshall. The last known Zodiac letter was in 1974. Then a Rick Marshall went missing in the land of the lost. Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like that idea. Caller 1, you on the phone with David. Yeah, we don't have that equipment, but I mean, you can join in the video. You could do that. Which Jada do?
Metal Slug. Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, a video game.
I don't know how many properties they have, but they don't come out with a lot of stuff at a time.
No, and that's fine because you get overwhelmed, which is kind of what happened with
Funko.
Well, yeah, Funko.
Hasbro.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of Mondo. With their Mondo Masters of the Universe. It was great when it was just...
Hold on, I'm going to send you a... Go ahead, keep on talking.
It was...
Go ahead.
It was...
Let me see if I can...
It was fine when it was only like three characters a year or whatever, and now it's just insane.
Hold on a minute. Thing. What's the name? I gotta find a link. No, I can't find a link.
That's all right.
Well, I'm gonna go upstairs and get him the link.
Do you want to scare your audience?
I'm gonna send you the link, Chance.
Robert says there's a boat from Line called Glamour Dolls. Looks like work with the Love Boat figures. I don't know if the Glamour Dolls are the same. I think those are bigger, aren't they? Or am I thinking of the wrong series? Oh, and the thing, any of you were wondering, Nostalgic Pod Blast, we actually know that person. So that's why they're trying to communicate with us. And now Dusty's down here again. Dusty, come here, honey. All right, fine. Be that way. Be that way, Dusty. I saw the boat from the Love Boat in the box on, or the Mego Love Boat. The Mego Love Boat in the box on an episode of Hoarders, along with a bunch of the stuff they were shoveling and throwing away. I forget which episode it was, but I immediately spotted it. I was like, that's the Mego Love Boat in the box. Right in the trash. Right in the trash, everybody. Ridley says those new Charlie Brown figures are insane at $200. Really? 300. The ones from Super 7 are $300. $300. And that's another example of vintage ones that are cheaper, because the Knickerbocker, Snoopy, and Belle figures, you could probably get them in the box for like $25, $30 a piece. I know they're less than 50. And then there's the mini Snoopy figures. Most Peanuts properties, because of just waning interest on account of it being a dying property, have really gone down. And you can get original, like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s Peanuts toys and action figures and dolls really, really cheap. The original, who the hell made them? Originally, they were made by Dusty. What are you doing, honey? Get out of here. I thought she was going to scratch something. It made me nervous. The original pocket dolls, they call them Peanuts pocket dolls, are surprisingly inexpensive, and they came in a bag, kind of like the Dakin Warner Brothers action figures and Popeye figures and stuff like that. But they were they're surprisingly inexpensive for being made in the late 50s, early 60s. I think the early 60s, 62-ish, I want to say. And they might have been made by American Character. I'll have to look that up. Where are we? Ridley says, do you get a tax write-off for running a cat sanctuary? No. No.
I sent it to his Facebook.
William says NECA sewer lair is $300. Doesn't seem worth it. And they're Robert says
sewer lair for $300.
Yeah, NECA.
Tell Chance I sent it to his Facebook.
Yeah, I think. Can you hear her, Chance? And Robert says, here's a question: where the heck was the Love Boat docked? Was it in L.A.? I'm not sure where they docked. They did go to Fantasy Island, though. They checked in. They went to Fantasy Island a couple of times. Oh. And Ridley says, oh, yeah, he asked that question. And Robert says, I love your eBay rant 2.0. Yeah, well, some people didn't, but that's okay. Ridley says we should get a tax write-off. It's cats. Yeah, I know. Well, we'd have to register as a charity to do that. Nostalgic says he's setting up his studio, and he'll be very brief.
Okay.
Let me see what she's doing.
Yeah, Dusty came back down here. She always sneaks in, and then she runs around crying all over the place. As soon as she comes in here, she cries and want to come out, and then she wants you to be down here with her.
The problem is that if she's alone at all, if there isn't someone or one of the other cats around, she just panics and she starts crying and getting weird about it. So she'll walk in the next room, nobody's there, cries. It's crazy.
Yeah, she doesn't like being by herself, but she likes being in the garage by herself. She just wants love. Yeah. She wants to, but then she doesn't want you to pick her up. She just want to hear your voice and know that you're around. Unless she wants to go into the garage. And then she wants to stay out there all night by herself. And she doesn't have cats in there with her. So she just get real weird. Some people didn't. How come? Team valid.
You know, all cats have like weird personality traits.
Yeah, she got a weird one. So.
But that's okay. What are you going to do?
Nothing you can do about it. She's who she is.
And somebody liked Marks.
Yeah, Donovan was saying how much he likes Marks.
That's one that I found just recently. Is the Janice West. But the thing with this one is she's unused. So all of her accessories still in the bag and everything.
Oh, wow.
And it's been a while since I've had any Marks, because I used to have a whole big set of the Best of the West and the Knights and the Vikings and all that, because I just think they're cool.
Yeah.
You know, her instructions are back there. Really, really clean, nice looking figure in the box here. And this is another series that's just kind of being forgotten about, is the old Marks Best of the West. They're not so fancy, you know, people forget about them.
That's why you hate Alf. No, I hate Alf because he was a nuisance. He just wrecked stuff and just tear up stuff and didn't care, had no regard.
Yeah,
and then
eats everything. Yeah, makes a mess.
But the thing that annoyed me about the show, he never progressed. He never got better. It's like, okay, when he first got there, if he would tear up, eat up everything, that's one thing. But the show ran for what, 4 or 5 seasons, and he never got better. So he never improved. And then there were times he could work because he had phone jobs, you know, like customer service and stuff like that. But that, you know, that would last like an episode. And then they found that he had some type of rare metal in his ship that he could use to make money. That lasts like an episode.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah,
because the plumbing on his ship was made out of platinum, and he was like, "That's valuable here, you know. I'll sell it." And he bought a car.
Yeah,
and then then there you go. What happened? Next episode, it's like, what money? What car? What platinum?
Yeah, it's like, I know it's standalone episodes, but you can take some things and bring it forward.
Yeah.
Sometimes, depending on the condition of the bag and the board, because like when you go to a show, sometimes if you buy a comic and it has a bag and a board, it's a good bag and a board. Now, if it's for me a high-end book, I'll put it in a Mylar bag with a golden age Mylar bag with a golden age board.
Yeah.
Just to get that extra protection.
Sometimes you got to replace them because the bags and boards are ill-fitting or they're just old.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Or sometimes you'll get a book and it's just the bag.
Yeah.
Or
it's got a big bag and the board's too damn small.
Yeah. And then the bag,
a lot of that.
The book is too small and it's just flopping around in the bag. But majority of the time, depending on the bag and the board. But if it's a good bag and a good board, I don't bother. But I do have bags and boards waiting, ready to go, just in case. So Happy Days figures. They made Happy Days figures?
Yeah, Amigo did. I don't have any. I used to have the set. No. I used to have the set. I don't have any more.
I hope you're wrong about that. Ready to join, but I don't see the link. It's on your Facebook. I sent you a comment, direct comment on chat or whatever you call that thing on Facebook. So if you go to your Facebook and you look at your chat, I sent you the link on there. And you have to use Google Chrome. So how would Mullins react to Alf?
One of them would deny his existence. That's for William Randall.
Okay.
Yeah, because one of them believed in supernatural and not aliens, and the other believed in aliens and not the supernatural, even though both of them saw the other in every other episode. So, which was kind of contradictory of the entire series anyways, that they wouldn't both
Oh, here
get
go
it.
the invite link. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the.
But then,
oh,
yeah.
Okay, but you can do the private chat. I guess I don't know how to do the thing.
I think private chat is for people that are already in there.
Oh, okay. Well.
Oh, he says he didn't look into Facebook. All right.
Oh yeah, it's in the Facebook. I sent you a direct message on Facebook.
All right. And he says, Robert says, I know, not keen on new stuff, but is there anything you actually think they did good? Who?
Toy companies.
William says, I think new bags of boards make older comics look
It
better.
does. It does.
Yeah.
It makes it look a lot better. And like I said, some of the books that come in bad bags with bad boards.
Yeah.
And I'll switch them out, and it does make a world of difference. You know, it'll brighten it up, because sometimes the bags are those thick, and they look like they got a film on it or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but yeah, I switch them out. But bags and boards are starting to get expensive.
They are. It's getting
They're
stupid.
really expensive, and you got to take that into account too when you buying stuff.
Robert says, oh yeah, he was asking about the stuff. Well, I mean, like Animals of the Warrior Kingdom look all right, and who's the other one?
They had that Bible series that's coming out. Yeah, the Four Horsemen always do good.
But still, I haven't handled any.
Yeah. How about you? Like I said, it's some company, I can't remember the name right now. They did those Bible figures, and I actually bought them. And then Ramen Toys is doing the Marshall, which I bought because I really like the Brave Star, but the original Brave Star is out of the question as far as price.
Yeah.
So they have a Brave Star and a 3030, which they're calling the Marshall.
Yeah. The Marshall.
Yeah, and the 3030. So I like those, and some of the stuff, they do look good, but they're nothing that I'm interested in. But they look good, and I'm not gonna just get something because they look good. Now the Bible figures, I'm into that because I'm into that type of thing. The Marshall, I'm into that. I'm watching the show. I'm really liking the show. I'm feeling the characters, so I'll get that. Now you have like those Beasts of the Kingdoms or whatever, where they're like man beast looking things. They look really good, but I'm not into that, so I wouldn't.
Sure.
But they look good. You know, so that's about how that goes. Oh yeah, David. I don't know what David problem is. Why he do things like that? All on YouTube for people to see.
Oh, whatever.
No, they don't come out until like the end of the year. David showed it on one of the roundups some months back. I cannot remember the name of the company, but I actually went. Here go Chance. Hey Chance, can you hear us? Oh wait, I think we got to do something with our mic.
I hear something.
Oh, he can't.
Hiya, Buck.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can he hear us? Because we hear him.
Yeah.
He's not responding to us.
We have a delay, so I probably won't be on long. I was just going to do my stupid little Twiggy impression.
Oh, okay. Oh man, now we got a delay. We got to get all of this figured out.
Yeah.
So we won't have these problems.
Because we're not hardline down here, and we got all the Wi-Fi extenders and all the nonsense.
Yeah.
And we still have those issues.
Yeah, and that sucks because we try to do like collaborations where we have people on.
Yeah.
And we want to give good quality.
Yeah, well, then I will just duck out.
We try to do like oh no. Thank you for joining us though.
Okay, well.
Oh.
Oh, that's a mess.
Oh well.
Thank you.
Sorry.
All right. Sorry, we're gonna have it fixed so you can come back and join us.
Oh, there he goes.
Okay. Okay. Did they do the horse?
The headless horseman.
They did it. 4 Horsemen did the headless horseman, and I just haven't gotten it. I keep talking myself out of it because I don't want to pay that.
William wants the Legends Dragonor series. You can't stomach $35 a figure. Figures look great, but with less articulation than the Origins.
Dragonor. I don't know what that is.
More. Is that's connected to the Masters of the Universe?
Oh,
or
yeah.
Am I thinking of the wrong? No, I'm thinking of the wrong series. Cat's Lair.
No, I'm not getting a Cat's Lair because I tried getting it, and for some reason I had the hardest time getting the order to go through. And I tried getting it to go through literally about 6 times, and I could never get it to go through. So I took it as a sign. So I didn't get it. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I really did try, and I tried before they made the mark so I could get my little key, and I couldn't get it. And I sent them messages, and it's something was wrong on my end. I thought it was something wrong on their end, and it wasn't. And I couldn't get it to work. So I said, well, it's a sign. So I just left it alone. Save my money.
Oh, there it goes.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to get the Muhammad figure. That is just one of the big censor bar. What's the Muhammad figure?
And Wiley says Cat Lair is stupid expensive, which they'd make an Origin style one.
Yeah, it is expensive.
And
but it looks good.
Nomsky says he's got to find another old CRT TV like that. Bought one from a yard sale recently, but it was junk. Guy got me for like $10.
We had got ours. Oh man, we checked it out too, and the lady said, "Oh, you can have it." It was free. They just wanted it out of the house. It's a big old thing. I can't wait till you do the Cat's Lair review. I am not getting the Cat's Lair, Robert. Are you listening?
William says Legend of Dragonor is from Formal Toys, 5.5-inch figures inspired by Motu. Okay. I wasn't sure.
I don't think you showed that.
Yeah, I thought there was a Motu something in there. I just wasn't sure. But what are you going to do?
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. But anyway, sorry, Chance there. And of course, we know Chance.
Yeah.
So that's why, we actually know him. So we were willing to let him take a crack there. But apparently there's a delay, and that's unfortunate because, I do have a couple of ideas for doing some more collaborations.
Yeah, but we got to get fixed. We're going to have to get it hardwired because all this technology just ain't working.
No, it doesn't work. And the more they advance it, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Now they got 10G, so we probably got to get 10G. But that's what Xfinity keep promoting, that 10G.
Yeah. There's no such thing.
Yeah, because the 5G show didn't do nothing.
No, it doesn't work. It got worse. But anyways, that's all right. That's, we don't know what's causing that. If I can even get this to come up now. Yeah, we don't know what's causing that pod blast. So it's if it's YouTube or if it's the connection or what, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But anyways, with that, we're gonna go ahead and sign off because we got stuff to do. Tomorrow.
Stuff to do.
We work.
No, we ain't working tomorrow. Tomorrow's a holiday.
Oh, that's right.
Tomorrow is Labor Day.
We gotta sleep.
We gotta sleep in. But the cats will wake us up by walking on us. That's what they do.
Well, Daniel does that.
He walks and jumps on you.
He will let you know when it's time for breakfast.
Yeah, because he jumps on you.
Yeah.
He'll bounce.
He pounces. Like, he's like, get up. Are you all right? Get up. And he pulls the covers and he's crazy.
And he bites your fingers.
Yeah. And the other ones all sit there and watch.
Yeah, they just sit there and wait.
Y'all can stare at me, but leave me alone. But that's okay. Thanks everybody for joining us. Hope you had a good time.
Yes.
And we'll work on doing one again soon. Again, like I said, I had a couple of ideas. I had some interesting ideas for some collaborations. Yeah, because he's on time.
Yeah, every morning about the same time.
but I'm gonna I have some interesting ideas for a couple of collaborations.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure that we're not going to be all screwed up with the stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. And we'll catch you again